If you're making money with e-commerce and haven't set up your business legally, you're one tax audit or one lawsuit away from losing it all. I learned this the hard way when I made my first 6 figures with Ecom in profit, and I was hit with a tax bill that I was not prepared for. Even worse, I didn't have any protection for my legal assets, meaning everything I owned was at risk. This mistake nearly destroyed my business before it even really got started. But it taught me something that every successful e-commerce entrepreneur needs to understand. The difference between making money and building a real business is having the right financial and legal foundation in place. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to set up your e-commerce business the right way from day one, how to protect your personal assets, and how to structure everything that saves you thousands and thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars on taxes every year. This isn't boring legal advice. This is the exact business setup that my students use to protect their wealth and actually scale their businesses without any legal or tax nightmares. And the best part is you can actually set everything up in less than 24 hours, even if you've never formed a business before. So let's get into it. Why most e-commerce entrepreneurs are setting themselves up for failure. Before we talk about the solution, let's walk through some of the mistakes I see e-commerce owners make every single day that put their entire business and even their personal assets at risk. And the mistake one is operating as a sole proprietorship. This is honestly the biggest one. If you're making any form of money from e-com, right, and you haven't formed an LLC, you have nothing to protect you. That means if someone gets hurt using your product, they can personally sue you. If you get into a dispute with a supplier, your personal assets are at risk. You're paying way more in taxes than you actually need to. You can't properly write off business expenses, and you look unprofessional to payment processors, suppliers, and even customers. Here's something that literally blew my mind, guys. The difference between operating as a sole proprietor and actually having the correct business setup can literally save you 20, 30,000, sometimes even 40,000 a year in taxes once you're actually doing at least around 6 figures. Most e-commerce entrepreneurs are leaving massive amounts of money on the table because they simply just don't understand business tax strategy. The mistake 3 I see is poor financial tracking. If you're not tracking your income, expenses, right, all the cash flow, literally just from day one, you're setting yourself up for disaster. I've seen profitable stores go out of business simply just because the owners didn't understand their finances. And mistake 4 is no professional business infrastructure. Operating without business banking, bookkeeping, or any financial systems, you're just an amateur, guys. You're honestly gonna get laughed at by the people you work with. And let me tell you exactly what it costs to learn this way. When I made my first 100K of dropshipping in profit a couple of years ago, I thought I was crushing it. I was operating as a sole proprietor, mixing business expenses and personal expenses. And I had no idea what I was doing from a tax perspective. Then tax season came, and I got hit with, I think it was a $23,000 tax bill that I was not prepared for. But that wasn't even the worst part, because I had no business structure. I couldn't write off thousands and thousands of expenses in legitimate business expenses. I probably paid an extra $15,000 in taxes that year because I just didn't know any better. Then one of my products actually got a customer complaint that turned into a slight legal threat. Because I had no legal protection, all of my personal assets, everything I owned were potentially at risk. Then I realized from that point that I wasn't running a real business. I was just making money with no protection and strategy. After that wake-up call, I spent months working with lawyers, accountants, and business advisors to actually build the right foundation. And now every single one of my margin master students, they're actually serious. We set all this stuff up for them in the beginning before they even launch their first product. Anyway, here's the kind of full framework. You need a proper business formation, right? Obviously, you need to get an LLC. As I mentioned, protects your personal assets, gives you all the optimal tax benefits, right? Credibility with suppliers, right? Step 2 is get a professional banking setup. You need business banking, definitely. This isn't just for legal protection. It's just more for proper financial tracking. And step 3 is automated bookkeeping systems, which is also super important. All your transactions need to be tracked, categorized, organized, all for tax purposes. If you're doing this manually, you're wasting tons of time and actually wasting money on not deducting things properly. And the next step 4, is actually your tax optimization strategy. This is where most people leave a shit ton of money on the table. From proper tax planning, you can save thousands and thousands a year, but it needs to be set up properly from the beginning. And the next step is actually ongoing compliance, right? You guys need to keep up with this stuff, right? You need to stay in good standing with your annual filings, proper financial tracking, and you also have to stay compliant with all changing regulations. How do you actually all do this? Well, that's why I recommend Doula. Honestly, I got my LLC from Doula. It was super easy. It just took 10 minutes to full set up and get going. And so I really do recommend them. It's the easiest and honestly most affordable way to actually get an LLC. In the beginning, for the first LLC I ever did, I actually didn't go through Doula. I had to work with multiple different professionals, lawyers, formation people, accountants, bookkeeping, all these things. And it was really expensive. Full transparency, Doula is sponsoring this video, but it's because I literally have an LLC from Doula and I kind of wanted to work with them as well. Right? I only preach the best of the best, guys here. What's good about Doula is the setup was so quick. I literally had everything good to go within 24 hours, which is insane. They'll handle the whole process. Literally all you gotta do is just choose your location. Delaware or Wyoming. I always do Wyoming, to be honest. Wyoming's usually the best for all the tax benefits. They file all the paperwork. They get you your EIN number, setting up your operating agreement. They handle your registered agent service. It really is everything, guys. They also have business banking integration automation as well, which like I recommend Mercury, which integrates perfectly with Doula. And obviously this allows you to separate your personal business finances. Gives you that clean financial records for reporting taxes. And you don't want the government going through like crazy personal stuff. The next thing is the automated bookkeeping. You don't need an accountant if you have the automated bookkeeping with them. It's so easy. It literally automatically categorizes all your transactions for tax purposes, integrates with e-commerce platforms, provides you with real-time financial reporting. Yeah, it keeps you organized. Like, guys, stay organized. Very important. Now let's talk about like some real numbers. Like, how much do you think you actually can save? 16,800 on self-employment tax savings, 24,000 on additional business deductions, 9,200 on proper expense categorization, for a total of $50,000 a year in tax savings. Okay, so how does the actual Doula process work? The first phase is go to Doula's website. You basically just put on all your basic information, name, state information, and all the package you want to take, whatever. I honestly recommend the complete package for Ecom. That's the one I did. And then Doula handles all the paperwork and filing. Then the next phase, you'll get your bank in, your EIN number, usually around 2 to 3 days. They get your EIN number from the ERS and they help you open the bank account, and then they actually help you start processing payments really easily. And phase 3, like this is probably around a week in, the bookkeeping. So now this is where you actually connect your business bank account to Doula's bookkeeping platform, which is fucking incredible, to be honest. You link your e-commerce platform, Shopify, Amazon, whatever you want. Then you set up your automatic transaction categorization. This is so important, guys, for deducting properly. So they'll have a team that will go and review your business structure. They'll set up all the tax stuff for you, like really nice. They have like check-ins every quarter, I think, with you, like personal one-on-one call to get your tax strategy going, which is really good. But yeah, the common mistakes I usually see is people wait way too long to form their business. Like, I see people only fucking making their LLC after they've made their first 200-300K. Like, a lot of people also choose the wrong state. Like, you should be doing nothing besides Delaware, Wyoming. Like, I recommend Wyoming more, but Delaware is also good. Just depends on your niche and obviously type of business. But for ecom, I recommend Wyoming. You can file the LLC yourself for like cheaper, right? But it's gonna take you fucking weeks to get that EIN, and obviously you don't want to wait that long. And I mentioned as well, another mistake is mixing your personal and business finances. Huge mistake, guys. It fucks up your deductions, fucks up how much money you think you have as well. I used to be a victim of that. You also can benefit, like these are more advanced strategies as well, but you can also benefit from having multiple LLCs, like because you actually can have more tax benefits, to be honest. Doula also helps you expand globally. Like they can do legal setup in every part of the world. But yeah, guys, setting up your business foundation properly isn't just about following the rules. It's about protecting yourself and giving yourself every advantage as you scale. The difference between a newbie dropshipping and actually running a profitable ecom brand often comes down to having the right setup. If you want to set up your business the right way, I recommend checking out Doula. The complete package really handles everything I've talked about in this video, and honestly, it pays for itself in the tax savings 10x, right? But yeah, I've put a link in the description for them as well. Go check them out. But here's the thing, guys. Having the correct business structure is just one piece of building a real e-commerce brand. If you want the complete system for finding winning products, building high converting stores, and scaling to consistent profitability, then you need to check out my Margin Masters program. In the Margin Masters program, you get 2 to 3 one-on-one calls with me personally, 24/7 support to actually ask your questions. And we have also a ton of guest speakers always coming in, right? You also get connections to our network of suppliers, lawyers, and even a whole bunch of marketing agencies. I also guarantee you have a profitable e-commerce business within 90 days, or I'm working for free until you do. So no risk attached, right? If you're serious about actually, and guys, to be honest, the spots are very limited. And I'm not just saying that, right? It's because I work with every student personally. So if you're serious about building a real business that creates and protects your wealth, but if you're actually interested and serious about building a real e-commerce business, click that link in the description and apply for a call. And I'll see if you're a good fit. But yeah, guys, don't make the expensive mistakes I've done in the past. Get the foundation going from the beginning and build something that lasts. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe for more videos. Please subscribe. Not enough of you guys. If you made it to the end, comment W so I know who you guys are, who the real ones are. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.